friends, for your next project, we're going to continue practicing our vertical, horizontal, and diagonal lines using our ruler. So you're going to need a white piece of paper, a ruler, and a pencil. Okay. For this video, I'm going to be using a marker just so that you can see my lines, but you're going to use a pencil. So I can create art using only vertical, horizontal, and diagonal lines. You can start with whichever line you want to. I'm going to start with a vertical line for my first drawing. Making sure my ruler is straight. And do I want to hold my ruler at the top of the ruler? No, I don't think so. Or the middle of the ruler. If you said yes, that is correct. So I'm going to take my pencil now, holding my ruler down tight. I'm going to draw a straight line, vertical down my paper. Okay, one line is done. Now I can stick with vertical lines, or I could try a different kind of line. I'm going to do one more vertical line, and then I'm going to switch it up. For a horizontal line, I want to start at the top of the paper, hold my ruler down, make sure it's straight, and then I can draw my line across. I can do my lines close together, like this. Or you can do your lines a little bit further apart, like this. See the difference between the two spaces? Now I'm going to start to add some diagonal lines to my artwork. Tilting my ruler to make a diagonal line, I'm going to start at one line and end at the other, making sure that I don't go past my lines and cross anything. So maybe I can do another diagonal line, starting at one line, ending at the other. Never going past my other lines I've already drawn. For the rest of your artwork, you can switch back and forth with whichever kind of lines that you want. Just making sure not to cross over any lines that you've ever drawn. As I get closer and closer to the end, the space that I need to fill up is getting smaller and smaller. Let me show you. So I'm going to add a couple vertical lines. I would like this project to be an expert, so I'm adding lots of good lines. And each line is drawn with a ruler. Diagonal, horizontal. To make this fun, you can even ask your friends at your table what kind of lines they think you should draw next. Should I draw a vertical line next, a horizontal line, or a diagonal line? I'm going to draw diagonal. Notice how none of my lines have crossed each other. They just start and end. I'm going to speed this last part up just a little bit. Now that I'm finished drawing, I hope that your artwork looks different than mine, but I hope you were able to use a ruler to trace all of your lines. Now when you go to trace your lines with a marker, make sure that you're using a ruler to trace right on top of all of your pencil lines. That's going to help make sure that you're an expert at this project. Now that this is done, you can go get your color code sheet. Your color code sheet has on it vertical, horizontal, and diagonal. You get to choose which color you want to color each of these three lines. So I've already chosen my three colors. I'm going to draw all my vertical lines orange. I'm going to color all my horizontal lines blue. And I'm going to color all my diagonal lines green. So starting at the vertical, I'm going to color all of my vertical lines orange. orange, and I'm going to move on to my next color. Horizontal lines are going to be blue. So I have blue color pencil and a blue crayon, and I'm going to create a pattern to make my artwork more interesting. Okay friends, you're going to have to pretend I finished the blue. I'm going to move on now to my diagonal lines, which are all going to be green. First, I wanted to show you a couple tips on when you're coloring with markers. Markers are usually for tracing, but you can use them to color small spaces if you're really careful with how you use them. So with my use markers, I want to make sure that I'm coloring in the same direction always. So in this case, I'm coloring diagonally, filling in all of the white spaces. Now if you notice that your marker is drying out, it is time to get a new marker. Dried out markers do not make your artwork look very good. Alright friends, you can finish coloring this in art class. This is the end of the demo video, and if you've listened to the entire video, I want you to turn your paper over to the back, make sure your name is on it, and then I want you to draw me a smiley face so that I know that you finished the demo video. When I see this smiley face, I'll come bring you an extra hole punch in your artist loyalty card. Thanks friends! Have fun coloring!